Alright guys, there's still construction. This is a new day of recording. However, what I've noticed is that the construction doesn't really pop out on the videos. And even though it is earlier and there's a little bit more of it, I don't think it's going to be much of an issue. So that is a good thing. So we're going to make another poem, I guess. We're going to have we're going to have climax, we're going to have papa, we're going to have pure, we're going to have ocean, aura, or whatever, not ocean, oh my god. We're gonna have suicide, we're gonna have horror, we're gonna have question, we're gonna have disarray, we're gonna have silly, we're gonna have essence, capable, giggle, death, anxiety, zone, philosophy, proof, disaster, uncontrollable, and fuck. And fireflies, you would not believe your eyes. Pagan rice wet, let a student thrown away almost, ha ha ha. Nah, don't worry, this might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else started hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Rice Wolf. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, that's even using slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Just blocking the words. King certainly had a big mouth for some King's big collection in their club room. Natsuki found herself stuck between Saint Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Rice Wolf. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Alright, so the construction's pretty loud. After this episode, I'm gonna check, see if it actually pops up. Hopefully it doesn't. If not, I'll wait. I mean, if it does, I'll just wait until the next one. Yuri shoots Natsuki with his pointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. Oh no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'm happy to pick a book, if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. We could, discuss it if you wanted. This. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I basically take the book. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to seeing what you think. Oh, even the screen zoom. This is getting really bushy. Everyone settled in and expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but put her intense expression like she was waiting for this instance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be only on the first pages or something. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this. That's the book that you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason or anything. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday. That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. It's something fairly obvious to hear that Yuri's telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you must have a hard time putting it down. You might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book's titled A Portion of Marco. There's an obvious looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped have straight to his like killing machines that lust for blood. The facility is even worse than it serves lots of weird people who could benefit. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Is that a different book from the first time? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was gonna be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of this sort of thing, Bryce Swaff? No, it's not that. I mean, I definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. Nope, so... Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this is the kind of story, it's the kind of that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Horrible things happen not just because everyone wants to be evil, because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. What the fuck? And suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I've had this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. Oh fuck, and the whole body's something. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yes. Oh God. I mean, you don't have to, but what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I could read the book that I read. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah, are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry, it's not like I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading and copying someone else. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. As soon as I hear it means my reading company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe I'll check the feeling is somewhat comforting. It is in the corner of my eye. I look, she's not actually looking at her book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading my book instead. Sorry, I was just leaving you. What the fuck is going on, man? Yuri, really apologize a lot, dude. I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, yeah, this should work, right? It's on my desk until it's up against the areas that hold me the most warm. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once you learn, I lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. If the second left arm was in the way, so instead use my right arm to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same thing with my right arm on the other side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Oh, sorry. I'm thinking I got distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I could do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own rotation. I don't know. We continue the first chapter in silence, even so turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as if she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not, really. I was thinking she just keeps on second guessing everything she says and all that. Oh no, not this again. Not this. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So, I don't know why that came to my head. Haha. Yuri, you feeling alright? Eh. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing. Yuri puts her hands on her chest as to feel a heartbeat or whatever. I didn't even notice. Anyways, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Alright, so it's a little different. There's some different stuff on here, I guess. She wasn't really insulted when I called her a second guesser as much this time as she was the first time, so... What on earth was that about? Racewell, did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri was acting all strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you don't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly little boy. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other, eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? I mean, that's me, oops. Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be lost, so I figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. Stand up. I know where I left off the book and slip it back in my bag. Alright, so I want to do Monica last. It's just, she's all... Something's off, you know? Suspicious, all creeped out now. To Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. What about what I expected from someone like you? That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me, Sonic, I said it was bad. It's just I didn't want to evoke any emotion. So basically, it's not good enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that I like it or anything. I wonder if this is the same one from before. I don't know. Eagles can fly.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, birds can lean, horses can raise, arrows can see, trees can move.
Try, but it's about. Oh, yeah, that's the same one. Okay.
Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone I go thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't that the point? If poems for people to express themselves, your writing style would make your message any less valid. Wouldn't make it any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, so you never go around and do everything great can be disheartening, so I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. So it helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something or whatever. Didn't you expect that from the youngest one here? Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I said a humor here with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Masuki's feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Hey Rice Wolf, having a good time so far? Oh yeah, good. I mean, good, glad to hear. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring up things, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha ha ha. Don't worry, Rice Wolf. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. We'll all learn to do whatever. Yeah, that's true. And Monica, my poem. Great job, Rice Wolf. You're a good writer, boy. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to do something that deep. I guess I underestimated you, little boy. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know what? Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean like that in a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people, you know? She spends so much time in her own head that's probably a much better place for her. But that's why she's so happy when you treat her with lots of kindness. I don't think she's used to that being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on strongly like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens up. Hillary! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you like all, whatever, fuck it. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should get to my poems now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. I sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, God. Alright, but let me use it. Talking on something paper. I'm just going to play tricks on my ears. The world beyond. Tsunami, the air breathes dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. It's way out. It's right there. He's right there. Small enough fears. Alright, cool. So, what do you think, little boy? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten very popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it could be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone is ready, is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or story, bring it to perfect, then you'll never make it progress. So you just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy up a bit later. Anyway, time to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move on your hand and go with the flow or whatever. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Alright, I think we'll do this next time. Just for the funs.